I had mentioned one point. I forgot to continue on that. What if you do not return anything? Okay, उस केस में क्या होगा? Let's say instead of uh, I define another function here, def ABC. Okay, let's say accepts normal function greet. Okay, and let's say it prints hello. What if it's not returning anything, right? So this function is not returning anything. But even if I try to collect something from it, what will happen? मैंने क्या बोला था? I had mentioned कि even if there is no explicit return mentioned in the question, the function by default returns what type of value? None. ठीक है? तो तुम देखोगे यहाँ पे, okay. Uh, let me just.
Sir,
हाँ.
is none referring to nothing or it will print none, sir?
देखो नन इज मोर लाइक फिजिक्स में वो पढ़ते होगा ना वेक्टर्स में वो नल वेक्टर ठीक है मतलब इट्स देयर टू मेंटेन द कंसिस्टेंसी ठीक है वो इट्स नॉट इवन नथिंग मतलब यू डोंट नो ओके यू डोंट नो व्हाट वैल्यू इज देयर नथिंग की तरह भी ले सकते हो उसको ओके
Sir, will it print NONE?
या इट विल प्रिंट एनओएनई
Okay, sir.
देखो दिख रहा है
Yes, sir.
It's also a data type. I think we have discussed in, I think last month or sometime back. Okay. So ये देखो, none actually when the function, even if you do not mention explicit return, that means explicit means what? By writing, typing RETURN, even then it will return by default what is known as none. ठीक है? तो जिस function में भी return none हो रहा है ना, उसमें what it means? कि most probably the person is that function is not returning anything. There is no return word in there. ठीक है? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. So we'll move further. We'll see more questions. चलो एक बहुत simple question है. We'll see this. Write a program using a user-defined function myMean to calculate the mean of values stored in a list. ठीक है? तो इसमें what it is asking you? The question says define a function myMean, okay, which returns the mean. Mean means average, or you can say average of values contained in a list. Okay, let's say I mention the function should accept the list as parameter. Okay, how many of you think you can solve this question? किसी को नहीं लगता। अच्छा, फंक्शन भूल जाओ, हाउ विल यू सॉल्व? लेट्स से यू हैव अ लिस्ट, example, you have a list, x is equals to 10, 20,
Yes, sir. We
5.6,
can solve, sir.
so you can solve now. हाँ, आसान है। पहले फंक्शन भूल जाते हैं, लेट अस सॉल्व इट नॉर्मली। ओके, 15 and 80.5. So how, what you will do? Mean means what? Sum of all the numeric arguments in the list
Divided
by
by
total
number of
number of
elements.
arguments in the list, right? So पहले क्या करेंगे? Sum of all the values in the list, all the elements in the list का प्रोग्राम लिख लेंगे। For I in, या तो range वाले से करो या x लिख दो डायरेक्ट। Either you write range based on index or you write x directly, and then you can write s is equals to s plus I, and then your mean will be last value of s will contain, outside the loop, s will contain the sum of all the elements in the list. So you can write s by total number of elements in the list. What is the
Sir,
total number of elements in the list?
sir, in the loop only we can add another counter. Okay, we can do that.
That also you can do, और या नहीं तो ये भी कर सकते हैं by len of x. That can also be done. Or what he was suggesting is, and then you can print mean, and what he was suggesting, Ullas क्या बता रहा था, I will tell you. Or he was also suggesting something which was okay. That's also a good solution. This is for calculating the sum, and this is number of elements in the list. So what you will do is you will write for I in s, and then you will write s is equals to s plus I. You will increment every element to calculate the total sum in s, and you will increment every time you get a new element in I.
Sir, it should be for I in X. No, sir.
Oh, sorry, s लिख दिया मैंने, sorry. Good. I in x. So every time you get a new element, in order to find the sum, you will add I. In order to increment by 1, you will add 1 in n, and s to I for total sum. By the time you exhaust this loop, or by the time all the elements are traversed one by one, starting from first to last, after the body of this for loop, that means outside the for loop, the last value of s will contain what? The sum of all the elements, and last value of n will contain the number of elements. Therefore, mean will be equals to s by n, and then you can directly print mean. This is the normal approach, right? So you can say this is your rough area. Now, based on this, we will solve my mean. This will accept the list in question as the parameter. Sorry. Accept list in question. Let's say list is x, या lst ले लेते हैं list को. Okay, once list has been passed, okay, let's assume that the function is executing. What you should do? You should define s is equals to 0. You should define n is equals to 0. S will calculate for finding total sum, for finding sum of elements of all the elements. Okay, this n will be for finding total number of elements okay, and then you will write for same thing जो यहाँ किए हैं I in ये लो, let's suppose यहाँ x लिखे हो तो here I'll go with the range approach so that You are comfortable with both. 0 to len of LST. Okay. And then you will write S is equals to S plus.
Sir, how will we use the other approach in this?
Other approach to likhi rahe na. That is you.
No, sir, means in the function.
Which approach? Other approach.
For I in X. So we'll put for I in LST.
No, directly I in LST. Instead of X, LST will come directly.
Okay.
यहाँ पे I am doing index based traversal. Here I am doing character based traversal. Okay. So here instead of I, it will become LSTI. Okay. And next will remain same. Or you can directly do for I in LST. And in that case, this will change to S is equals to S plus I. Okay. If this happens, then this should be changed here accordingly. Okay. Now, here you will write mean is equals to S by N, not print. If you are printing, that means the function won't return. There is no need to return. Question बोल रहा है return करने, so you can write return mean. Okay. And then from wherever you are calling, अब list को तुमको लेना है तो you know how to accept list from the user. LST, yeah, outside में L is equals to empty list. Okay, N is equals to you can ask E is equals to number of elements. So you can ask user to input please enter number of elements. ठीक है. And then you can write for I in range 0 to E, and you can write a dot append. I'm asking elements of the list from the user. A dot append. क्या करोगे? New value. Float ले लो, because it has not said whether integer number should be there or here. Float input.
Sir, it is A dot append or L dot append.
Sorry. My concentration is very bad today. L dot append. Input. Okay. Here you have accepted a list from the user, and then you can call the function. You can write mean is equals to, you call my mean, pass the list that you have just accepted from the user as argument, which will be caught here in the parameter LST. Okay. Once the processing is done, it will return mean, which will replace this entire function call. It will come back here. Will retain the जिस point पे call हुआ है उस point पे it will throw back the final value, which will replace the function call and will be assigned to M, and then M will contain your value, which you can print further in the global scope. देखो ये program, it was pretty simple. Is it clear?
Sir, LST is like we are inputting a list there.
LST is a local variable which is created by the function header, okay, which will act like a parameter. देखो, this function needs to operate upon a list, right? एक list मिलेगा तभी उसका function ये निकालेगा ना, mean निकालेगा. Once it gets a list, then only it will operate on it and find the mean of all the elements. So how will it get a list? So I am passing a list to it. And how will you pass the list? By throwing from the argument, which will be caught in a locally created variable, which is known as the parameter. Okay. So it's just like LST is also containing the same copy, ठीक है, a copy of the same variable जो कि global scope में बना हुआ है, this is a list, ठीक है, and on that it will start processing and will create will do whatever you are doing. इसमें क्या डाउट है तुम्हें? टेल मी.
Sir, I had one doubt.
Sir, in the number of elements, like here also
अच्छा,
you're taking
मैंने कुछ
elements.
मिस्टेक कर दिया है क्या? अच्छा, ब्रैकेट्स, where I have missed the brackets. Just a minute, Ilham. Append one bracket for this. Okay. One is here, and where is the second one? अच्छा बताना. And my mean list. उसमें कहाँ गड़बड़ किया है मैंने?
Sir, while calling.
हाँ, ये calling I have called ना.
Sir, but you're taken my mean LST as a parameter there.
And what I have done?
Sir,
ठीक तो
correct,
है.
sir.
It's correct ना?
Sir,
Because
you
the
written
list
my
is
mean L. My mean LST should come, right?
No, LST, why it will come LST? LST is a local variable that will be created by my mean when the function will activate. And I am creating one variable list L in the global scope. So this global scope say you are sending to the local scope LST. Na? This will be a local variable. Dekho, this LST will be in the local scope, okay, which is a parameter. And this is an argument which we are throwing from global scope. So they are different. This will be created at the time of function call, and this we are passing from the global scope as an argument. अंकित ये बताओ उसमें कहाँ डाउट हो रहा है तुम्हें? Where are you getting confused?
Sir, I did not understand how did you take L there.
Array, this L will be in the same
Not
line.
that one, sir. My mean L. Because for calling the function, you should use my mean LST, right?
No. For calling the function, I should match the function signature, right? So function signature, by matching the function signature, we mean if it is expecting one parameter to be passed, I should pass exactly one value as argument. So I am passing exactly one value as the argument, which is a list given by the user. I can also do this way. Another time, if I want, for a new function call, I can also, just a minute. I can also do this way. M is equals to my mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can directly send a list, which will go in the LST, local variable. So here I am sending a list which is entered by the user. It has got nothing to do with this LST. देखो अंकित, next page में मैं दिखाता हूँ. Let's say we'll come back to that adding of two numbers program. तो उसमें क्या लिखते थे? Def total, it should accept two numbers A and B. Okay. And then it should return you the sum of both the numbers. Now, this function on itself won't get executed. I will have to call. So I have got options. Either I accept two values from the user in, let's say, two different variables, X and Y from the user. Okay, int input या float input करके. And then I will call, let's say result is equals to total of X comma Y. I can get the sum of another pair of number by result 1 is equals to total. Here I won't give what user has given. I can give 2 comma 3. I can get another, यही तो फायदा है functions का. you define two parameters and you can send to many different values, as many different values with different
Just so
calls.
x and y will be taken as a and b.
हाँ, वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि x is a global variable, ठीक है, which you are passing to the function. See, what is the purpose of this a and b? This a and b is to accept two values from the global scope on which the function will operate. ठीक है. So you are by defining this way, you are saying कि when you will be called, you will be given two values on which you will work. Okay. So when I am calling, either I can give the values given by user or I can give any other fixed values. You can give any other different total. You can give 10 minus 7. इसको भी भेज सकते हो. Then you can print R1, R2, R3. So in that case, what I was doing is, ये concept समझ में आया अंकित कि what, don't get misled कि whatever is here you can do that. Though it is a different thing that this a, x and y you can also name as a and b and you can pass a and b, and this won't affect it because this a and b will be created by the function for catching variables from outside when it is called. Okay, and this a and b will be in the global scope. You can keep the name same here and here. Okay, but the main concept is this a and b will catch two values on which the function will operate in its body when it is called. And this a and b, this values outside are nothing but some variables in the global scope which you are sending to be operated by the function in the local scope.
So the function will operate on those two which we have sent.
Yeah, that's what we have been doing so far. यहाँ भी देखो क्या कर रहे हैं.
Got it.
I have defined a function and I have said that this function will accept one value which will be stored in a local variable defined by LST in the header, which is known as the parameter. So when I am so in the so this won't get called automatically. In the global scope, what I am doing is I am asking for a list from the user. Once user has given me the list, what I am doing is that I am calling the function by passing that list which a user has sent to this function. Once it gets the list given by user in the local scope, okay, this will start operating on that list elements, and whatever processing you have defined, it will do, and it will find some value and it will return you back. Then next time I am calling it with another list. ये मैंने hard coded list भेज दिया. So I can call it n number of times, whatever number of times you want with different types of lists each time. So this LST is merely symbolizing that it will create whatever value you are sending. It will accept whatever value you are sending from outside or whatever type of list you are sending from outside every time you call it. Okay, so it is local to this function myMean. Tell me, Ankit, where you are getting it?
We can name the variable as LST also, right?
तुम्हारी मर्जी, you can. चलो,
Okay.
अगर तुमको वो पसंद आ रहा है तो लिख लो यहाँ. But they won't be affect each other. Why? Because this LST is in global scope. Will exist always and will always exist. So far, this program is entire program is under execution. Okay, this is in local scope and will only exist when function is called and executing. When function is called and executing. ठीक है, after that it gets destroyed. So its purpose is what? To collect a value from the global scope which is sent as argument, and so that it can catch it and process it in the body. ठीक है, इसका बस फंक्शन है, एक लोकल वेरिएबल बनाता है so that कि अगर जो कॉल के समय में whatever value you are providing, it can temporarily store it and work on that. That's the purpose of mainly the parameters. Ankit, tell me where you are stuck now.
Understood, sir.
अंडरस्टूड? ठीक है, डाउट नहीं रखना है। चलो विल सॉल्व मोर क्वेश्चंस, और क्वेश्चंस बनाते हैं इस पे। विल सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या था। अच्छा, write a program using a user defined function calc_fact to calculate and display the factorial of a number passed as an argument। ठीक है, नंबर passed as an argument and caught as a parameter, ऐसे भी बोल सकते हो। ठीक है, so well, what I'll do is factorial function define a function to accept a natural number as an argument and find and print its factorial। ठीक है, so let's say you will define what will be the solution। First we'll define a function,
Def
let's
fact.
say my fact, it should accept a natural number when called। तो एक natural number इसको pass होगा। So in order to catch that natural number when you are calling from the global scope, देखो यहाँ पे it was expected to catch two values, so we had to define two parameters here which will be local to this for storing the values thrown from the global scope temporarily for processing inside the body। So here it will need to catch one value in the parameter which will store temporarily during the execution only to find the factorial। So you can write one number n, okay, that will be natural number। उसके बाद क्या करोगे, फैक्टोरियल का वैल्यू क्या हो जाता है, f equals to 1 for I। अच्छा Rolvin, you are here, I had almost forgotten, give me a minute। Just give me a minute, I'll be back, there is some parcel I'll collect and come। Okay, yeah, so factorial निकाल रहे थे, we were finding the factorial। Now what you will do, you will take range
0 to n plus 1,
0 to n plus 1,
1 to n plus 1,
yeah, okay,
f is equal to f into I,
yeah, good। And then because
Print.
it's not set to return here, so you can either you want if you want to return you can, or you can directly print, okay, printf ये भी कर सकते हो। Now how will you this won't get called automatically, okay, so now either you define a variable of the same name in the global scope या different name से भी कर सकते हो, you can write num, okay, let's say you have to find two different numbers का factorial. One will be num, another will be n. मान लेते हैं, ले लेते हैं. And you will write an int input n is equals to, you will ask two values from the user in two different variables in the global scope. Okay, and then you have to print the factorial. So you simply call 2 times my fact, and it's not returning anything, so you don't need to collect. So you'll be simply call without writing the assignment operator wala statement. So you'll write my fact. Okay, first time you call with num. So let's say first number you provided was 5 and second number you provided was 7. So second time you call my fact, you can call with n. So this will give output as 5 factorial. I think it's 120. What is 7 factorial?
So why two numbers?
I am just giving an example. You can take 20 numbers, you can take one numbers.
Sir, I had a doubt.
5040.
Huh?
5040.
5040.
Acha, 5040. Yes, Ullas, tell me.
Sir, while defining the function, we can write def my fact int n and just write.
No. You're going into then C, C++, Java में जा रहे हो. You remember that this Python is dynamically typed.
Yes, sir, dynamic typing.
So you do not need to specify the data type. Okay, even for the
So we
parameter.
can't do that, sir.
No, you cannot.
Okay.
Int n likhoge, so that means you are trying to specify the type beforehand, what type of value it will catch. So it's not done in Python. We have already seen that. A dynamic typing is there in Python. So it will automatically determine based on what type of value you are passing to the variable. Okay. So that what you are saying is maybe you were referring to some other programming languages. Usme functions mein you will have to do
No,
that.
sir. Like it'll make it easier. Like we need to define it again, integer. Like we need to make another variable. That's why. Just
For
make
what?
like if we need to call the function, we need to define a variable first, like num equal to 5. Then we'll call num. My fact num.
Huh? So what do you want?
Like
So it's better to
my
return.
fact and integer. My fact like any integer, like that.
See, that you have to make sure the value that you are passing is an integer. वो तो यहाँ पे if I am writing int, ये तो you are sure that this num is an integer and n is also an integer. I'm not getting your point exactly.
So like after to call the function, you need to create a variable like num equal to 5. Then my fact num. Like instead of that, we can like only write my fact and integer 5 or something. My fact 5, like that.
हाँ वो भी कर सकते हो. You can do ना like this. My fact 20.
So
It will
it'll
give
come. Yes, sir.
20 factorial.
Okay, sir.
See, why I am showing you this way you should ask value from the user, because most of the time when you are working you're writing some software, hard coded values are very dangerous. Dangerous in the sense that it will take you away from the generalization concept. Okay. So wherever possible, make your program more generic. That means allow user to to run the program according to his or her own wish. If you give some hard-coded values, that means you are restricting the boundaries or ambit of your program. That program will work only on those set of values. So why not let users who are operating those software decide what type of values user should provide. Take care. So that's why whenever I'm showing the example, I'm accepting values. Of course, these hard-coded values, if you pass, they will also give you answers. Absolutely, there is nothing wrong in that. But when you will be writing programs, it's better to ask for values from the user and then pass it as an argument, because that will make your program more generic. That is my concept. Though there is nothing wrong in this also. You can also pass hard-coded values. It will work equally fine. Ullas, is it clear what you are asking?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyone else with doubt here? This is the advantage. देखो,
not return it and do, right?
You can return it. अगर return करोगे, see, that's what I am saying. That depends on, I am writing one small function. I don't know in the program where it will be used. If in the program the factorial needs to be used somewhere in the global scope also, then you will have to return. ठीक है? So it's up to you. यहाँ पे return f कर लो and then you catch it and then you print it. That's up to you, Ankit. I'm just showing that it can be done this way also. Of course, most of the time you will prefer to return because function will be doing something. Okay, some values will be, it will compute and throw some values which will be important, right? ये समझ में आया कि how we solve this? And this is the advantage. अगर मान लो ये program एक बार नहीं लिखते, if you would not have defined the function, then what would have happened is every time for this n also you will have to run this program with this num n change to num. For n also you will write, for 20 also you will write, for what every time a new value is given you will have to write this entire thing again and again. But here you have written a piece of code, given a name to it, and then you are simply calling the name with different values and it is always giving you the same answer. So it's saving the lines of code, the time, making the program more efficient, everything. Okay, is it clear? किसी को doubt है तो बताइए. Anyone having any doubt here? Yes, Bharat. Bharat तो अब एकदम reply करना ही छोड़ दिया. I don't know where he is. Okay. Others as well. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. ठीक है. See, अच्छा एक चीज बताओ. Have you ever thought कि why this approach is known as functions? Though nobody might ask you, but you should know, and then you will get the feeling कि why it is known as functions. Maths में functions तो पढ़े हो.
Yes,
I think
sir,
you might have studied
because
functions. Let's say मैं mathematical example दे रहा हूँ. It's nothing to do with programming, but why the name came functions. मान लो if I write, okay, y which happens to be a function of x, तो y को fx भी लिख देते हैं हम लोग, because y is a function of x, is defined as, let's say, 5x square plus 3x. Okay, so once you have defined a function fx with this way, now every time in order to solve for different x, what you will do? अगर x 2 के लिए करना है तो what you will write? f2, and that will return you the answer based on this computation. That means this method will, this approach will be called, in this approach put x to 2, so 4 plus 20 plus this 12 will give you 20 plus 6 will give 26, so this will return 26.
It's again like invoking only, no, sir. We are invoking, we are calling.
Yeah, in mathematics also you mentally invoke. Okay, so यहाँ पे अगर तुम्हें ये 10 के साथ करना है, you will write f10. So this mentally or in the rough you will invoke this approach, and in this x you will write x square will give you 100. This will make it 500 plus 3 into 10 will give you 30. This will give you 530, something like that. Now, are you getting the gist? Here also you are calling the name with a parameter, with an argument being passed to it, which is replacing wherever you are getting this x is acting like parameter, and 2 is acting like argument, or is approach में in the body, let's say you are replacing everywhere x, you are getting with 2, here with 10. Okay, so similarly you are calling here with some values every time based on the pattern or the blueprint or the definition defined ahead. Okay, so okay, समझ में आया तो okay, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse ki, or wanted you to have a feel ki why this approach is known as functions. It's because it's just acting like mathematical functions. ये समझ में आया? चलो नहीं भी समझ में आया तो कोई बात नहीं.
Yes, sir. I have.
Okay, good, very good. एक दो प्रोग्राम और देखते हैं, उसके बाद we'll wrap up. तो ये तो हमने देख लिया, पास्ड एज एन आर्ग्यूमेंट, तो देख रहे होगे वही किया है. कैल्क फैक्ट मैंने माई फैक्ट लिया था, इट्स पासिंग नम. You can take different name also here, it won't affect because this is just for catching when the function is executing will be created as parameter in the local scope. It will act like a local variable, so it's not returning anything explicitly, so it is printing inside, so no return type. Okay, now string as parameters. Write a program using a user defined function that accepts the first name and the last name as arguments and concatenate them to get the full name and display the output as below. Okay, so let's say कुछ ये नाम दिया first name, it passed first name और उसके साथ आगे में hello लगा ले रहा है. ठीक है, so what is this question saying? Concatenating first name last name with a greeting hello before it.
Sir, can you write the question here?
Yeah, I'm writing it. Write a program to define a function which accepts okay accepts first name and last name as parameters and returns, or rather देखो and prints and displays the concatenated result, the concatenated name that is together with hello as prefix. I'm just changing the wordings. Hello as prefix. Okay, for example, if first name you provide as Adam and last name you provide as Smith. Adam Smith was a very renowned economist. अभी पढ़ना इनके बारे में. Anyways, Adam Smith, and then it should return, output should be hello Adam Smith. ठीक है?
So, but you wrote concatenated name. So, shouldn't it be hello Adam and without space Smith?
Concatenation में मान लो कि स्पेस देना है, अज्यूम कर लो. ठीक है, concatenated name मैं लिख देता हूं, चलो name separated by space. ठीक है, ओके ठीक है, राइट. तो इसको कैसे करेंगे सॉल्यूशन?
Sir, we'll use the function greet to store the hello value, and then we can accept the last name and first name from the user, then display it.
ओके, चलो देखते हैं. वैसे ग्रीट फंक्शन नहीं, हाँ ये कर सकते हैं. वेरी गुड. लेट्स से फंक्शन का नाम ग्रीट रख दिया, विच विल एक्सेप्ट फर्स्ट नेम, last name, and then let's say your result will be fn plus fn नहीं, सबसे पहले हेलो से स्टार्ट होगा ना. हेलो प्लस स्पेस plus fn plus space plus last name.
Sir, in this, how do we know that fn and ln are the strings so that it can concatenate?
I'll show you. अरे जो वैल्यू भेजोगे उसी टाइप का वैल्यू आएगा. I will send string only.
Okay, yes sir, fine.
Okay.
We can put input string.
हाँ, नहीं मैं दिखाता हूँ. You can either return, यहाँ पे return करने का अगर बोल नहीं रहा है, it won't be required anyway mostly, क्योंकि ये greet टाइप का फंक्शन है. ठीक है, अगर रिक्वायर्ड होगा तो रिटर्न ले लोगे. इफ नथिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड एज इन द ग्लोबल स्कोप फर्दर, then you can simply print here and done with it and be done with it. Print res. Okay. And then you can do first name same rakhna hai. You can take same also and you can take different also. First name is equals to input, enter first name, ठीक है, input enter last name, right, and then you can write call करोगे function को greet. So if I say send fn, so this fn of the global scope will be passed into fn parameter in the local scope. ये local variable fn है. Okay, and ln name same रखना पसंद नहीं है. If you do not like keeping the same name of the arguments and parameters, then you can change it. इसको f और l ले लेना सिर्फ. Okay, you can take it f or l only. Okay, that will be your solution. ठीक है, clear है? So I hope you're getting some feeling now in functions.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है, रुचिका समझ में आया? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Nanika and others. ठीक है. What we'll do is अब कल के एक दो क्लास में what we will do is tomorrow and day after tomorrow maybe दो तीन दिन अभी let us give a break to this functions topic. We'll come back to it most probably after your exams. अभी इसमें जो next 2-3 days है उसमें we'll try to complete the first unit itself. पूरा first unit खत्म कर लेंगे. ठीक है. Anyways, this is the topic of class 12. ये class 12 का topic है ना. So we'll give it a break here. We have made good progress.
Right? For exam. You will give this for exam.
Yeah, यहाँ तक जहाँ तक पढ़े हैं वहां तक आएगा. ठीक है. इसमें कुछ है तो रही ऐसा. If you know the general programming, वो सबको मिला के it's just like you have separate ingredients and you are making a porridge out of it. ठीक है. वो कुछ खिचड़ी जैसा हो जाता है. इसमें concepts are old, just organized under a new name. Okay.
Sir, so till here it will be there for the unit test.
From programming part.
Yes, sir. Like
whatever we discuss in theoretical part, don't worry. Theoretical part में most of the things will be there which you are knowing already. ये वो general knowledge से भी जानते होगे. और memories, types, ठीक है, which is the fastest memory, slowest memory, something about mobile, something about operating system, something about application software, something about उस तरह की चीज देखेंगे. ठीक है, system softwares. ठीक है, चलो we'll stop here.